What's going on, YouTubers? I'm going to show you today how to putty this wall. As you can see, when we was removing the wallpaper, we messed up and kind of got the drywall ripped away. So we're going to have to spackle that up before we put some primer on it, paint. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First, I got to get this box off because as you can see, it goes right to the box and I just don't want to get those lines. So I'm going to remove this and then we're going to start spackling up the wall. Got my mud right here. What I usually do, I add a little bit of water to get it nice and a little bit of runny so it's easily to lay down. And we're going to go ahead and take this panel off the electrical box. Now, if you do this at home, be very, very careful because once you get that off, you got all the wires in there. So if you or you got kids that's in there, you want to be very careful that no one sticks their hand in there or they're going to get electrocuted and that's not going to feel good. So most of them just take screws, Phillips screwdriver. Just pop that off. Be careful when you put your fingers in there. Lay it down to the side. As you can see, you got all the wires in there, so you do not want to touch any of that, or you might get shocked a little bit. One other step I like to do before I start to spackle is take your nice little scraper. Just make sure there's nothing loose so I'm getting in your way like that. You don't have to scrape hard, just scrape lightly to get any loose paint chips off the wall. Makes it nice and easier whenever you go to spackle it. Alright, as you can see, kind of got all the loose paint off. Kind of make it a little bit easier whenever you go to spackle. Now when I start spackle, for the bigger areas I like to use the bigger spreader. Just want to get nice thin coats on there. Take your time and do a little bit of area at a time, and then you eventually start to even it out and it'll start coming together. See, when you get those lines like that, that means you got some dirt or something on your spreader, so you always want to kind of clean that off to make sure you're not getting that, because that's harder to deal with. So fill in your holes. I like to go from one side to the other usually. It seems to work fairly well for myself. Kind of gets it all in those little cracks and stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but when you got stuff like that, you want to try to make sure you get it scraped off, because once this stuff dries, that's a lot of more sanding, and you don't want to do any more sanding than what you got to. That's our last spot that we have to take care of. I'm going to go over this just one time. Well, you can see we got the first coat done. Looks fairly good. We'll let it do some drying, and then I'll be back to show you how to sand it up and see if we need to put another coat on there. Thanks for watching Jay's Workshop. Hit subscribe. Later. Okay, the spackle has dried, so let's check it out and see what it looks like. Kind of run your hand through it just to make sure you don't feel any wet spots, and then you kind of fill all the areas that's going to need sanded, like right in there and there. So to get those spots smooth, you want to use sanding block. Get that at any of the stores, hardware stores, and you can also pick up this nice little holder. Makes it a little easier to hold your sanding block. You see a lot of dust as you're sanding this down. As you can see that I'm making quite a bit of dust, so use a mask to help with that. I should have put one on, but I did not. Then you just kind of fill and make sure everything feels pretty level. That feels actually pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna have to put a second coat on that. Just kind of go over the whole area that you've done. So this one feels like I'm going to have to put a second coat on because I can still feel the height difference from the paint and the old drywall, so we will put a second coat on that. And this one's the same way. I can feel a little bit of height difference, not a whole lot, but very little bit right here. So I'll put another coat on that just to make sure it's all nice and even, because if you can feel it, once you paint it, you're going to see it. So that's the areas. I've sanded them down, as you can see. The marks have gone, so I'll just put a second coat back on a couple areas and let that dry also. So again, get your spackle, put it in the trolley, get your scraper. This one we're using a 6-inch scraper. Again, I use a little bit of water, mix that up so that way it's nice and runny a little bit. Oops. Okay, so we're going to touch up this little bit of areas that you can still feel the height difference. 6-inch scraper. Just scrape it on there and hold it at about a 45-degree angle. Keep cleaning off your scraper so that way it's easier to pick up any excess spackle that you don't need. Since I'm using this for the final coat, I'm going to use my 12-inch scraper so that way I get a nice even line all the way down. Again, if you find any of these little lines, clean off your scraper and fix that so that way it doesn't show up and you have to sand it down. Okay, again we're just going to do the same process. Get some spackle put on there. Spread it on there, hold it at about a 45-degree angle. Try to get it as even as possible. And then again, we're going to take my 12-inch scraper and just going to get all the way down. Try to get nice and even with everything, so once it dries, there'll be nice and even coat. Since this area is so small, I'm not going to use a 12-inch scraper. There's no need when the 6-inch is well big enough for that little area. But since these are bigger, makes it a little bit harder for the 6-inch to cover the whole area. So on your final coat, you always want to use the bigger scraper. Covers more area, which makes it easier to blend in, and you won't feel any ups or downs. So this is what it looks like when the spackle is wet. We're going to let it dry, probably again overnight, and then we will do a little final sanding and should be good, ready to paint. Alright, we're back after the spackle has dried. You can tell it's good and dried up now. Kind of just feel around, see where anything's going to need to be sanded. Like right in there. Got a little bit of sanding to do there. Take your sanding block, lightly sand it up. And then fill and see if there's any spots you missed. It doesn't take a whole lot of sanding if you did pretty good at getting most of it out. And I would call that ready for painting now. Got everything sanded up, feels nice and smooth. So now we can start primering and then painting the wall. Alright, after you sand the wall, just double check, make sure you fill it real good, and make sure everything feels even with the wall. And if it does, then you're done, and you're ready for primering, and then painting the wall. Till next time, thanks for watching Jay's Workshop. Don't forget to subscribe, and leave some comments. Thanks for watching.